For better, for worse, marriage begins with promises. But sometimes, the deepest betrayal comes from the person one's trusted most. Infidelity does not merely break rules, it breaks safety, trust, identity, memory. And when betrayal enters a marriage, humanity splits into two painful camps. Some say forgive, others say leave. But what happens when love collides with betrayal? Cheating in marriage, forgive or walk away. Few things wound the human hearts like betrayal, especially marital betrayal. Because infidelity is not merely about romance or attraction. It is about broken trust, a covenant violated, a safe place suddenly becoming unsafe. And throughout history, cheating in marriage has destroyed homes, families, identities, emotional stability, even faith itself. And yet, despite how common infidelity has become in modern culture, humanity still remains divided on one difficult question. Should a cheating partner be forgiven or should the marriage end? For some people, forgiveness is proof of love. For others, staying becomes so dangerous. And somewhere between grace, pain, loyalty, dignity, accountability, and restoration lies one of the hardest tensions in human relationships. Today, we enter that tension where seduction, lust, love, and self-discipline combat. Cheating in marriage. Forgive or walk away. I am Adesina Ayantoyinbo. Welcome to Sacred Tensions, where faith meets reason. Why infidelity hurts so deeply? Cheating hurts differently because marriage is built on exclusivity. It is not merely a relationship, it is chosen trust. So when betrayal enters, the injured partner often experiences humiliation, insecurity, anger, comparison, confusion, emotional disorientation. Many victims of infidelity begin asking, was I not enough? Was everything fake? Can I ever trust again? Because cheating attacks something deeper than romance. It attacks emotional safety. And once safety collapses, even love begins to feel unstable. Forgiveness is not the same as trust. One of the greatest misconceptions in relationships is this: forgiveness and reconciliation are not automatically the same thing. A person may forgive and still recognize that trust has been severely damaged. This is important because many people weaponize spirituality against wounded spouses. Statements like, if you are truly godly, you must stay. Love forgives everything. Prayer will solve it. These statements can become emotional pressure rather than healing. We must know that true forgiveness releases hatred, but trust requires rebuilding. And rebuilding trust after betrayal is one of the hardest emotional journeys in human relationships, because apologies alone cannot restore safety. Consistency must, truth must, transparency must, repentance must. Why some people choose to stay? Not everyone who stays is weak, and not everyone who leaves is heartless. Some couples survive infidelity and genuinely rebuild stronger marriages. Why? Because in some situations, there is genuine remorse. Accountability starts to exist. Counseling happens. Destructive patterns are confronted. Emotional honesty emerges for the first time. Sometimes betrayal exposes deeper fractures already hidden beneath the marriage. Emotional neglect, communication collapse, unresolved trauma, sexual disconnection, pride, loneliness. These do not excuse cheating, but they may explain relational decay. And in some cases, two people painfully rebuild what was almost destroyed, not because betrayal was acceptable, but because restoration became possible. Why some people choose to leave? But reconciliation is not always wise. Some cheating patterns are not mistakes, they are lifestyles. Repeated betrayal, manipulation, addictions, gaslighting, emotional abuse, chronic dishonesty can slowly destroy a person psychologically. Sometimes staying in the name of love, faith, or public image and pressure only prolongs emotional damage. There are marriages where forgiveness exists, but safety never returns. And wisdom must recognize that love cannot survive where deception continuously lives. Living is painful, yes, but sometimes remaining inside repeated betrayal becomes even more destructive. Children, culture, and social pressure. Many marriages remain together not because healing happened, but because society fears divorce. Especially in highly traditional or religious communities, people stay because of children, shame, reputation, financial dependence, church pressure, fear of loneliness. And while preserving families matters, children also absorb emotional environment silently. A home filled with bitterness, tension, resentment, emotional warfare can wound children deeply even if the marriage technically survives. So the question is not merely, did the marriage continue? But what kind of emotional atmosphere survived inside it? That concern matters. The spiritual tension. Faith traditions often elevate forgiveness, and rightly so, because bitterness can poison the human soul. But forgiveness should never become permission for repeated destruction. Grace without accountability becomes enablement, and accountability without grace can become vengeance. This is where the real tension lives, not between good people and bad people, but between love, justice, mercy, dignity, wisdom, and emotional survival. And perhaps the hardest truth is this: sometimes healing requires building together. Other times, healing requires walking away peacefully. Not every marriage destroyed by infidelity should automatically end, but neither should every wounded spouse automatically stay. Every situation carries its own emotional, moral, and spiritual complexity. Perhaps the real tragedy of infidelity is not merely broken rules, it is broken trust, because trust is one of the most fragile things human beings ever give each other. And once shattered, even love struggles to breathe. Yet, despite betrayal, human beings continue searching for restoration, dignity, healing, hope. Some marriages recover, others collapse. But maybe the deepest question is not simply, should people forgive, but what does true healing actually require after betrayal? The hidden costs of infidelity. Cheating rarely ends with the affair. Sometimes it begins a chain reaction, a secret pregnancy, a child whose paternity is uncertain, years of assumptions until a DNA test rewrites an entire family story. Trust collapses, marriages break, children are caught in battles they never created, inheritance is questioned, identity is shaken, and what began as a private decision becomes a public crisis. But paternity disputes are only one consequence. Infidelity can also leave behind emotional trauma, sexually transmitted infections, financial conflicts, broken homes, lifelong regrets, and wounds that outlive the affair itself. So perhaps the real question is not simply, why do people cheat, but what does cheating leave behind? If you discover your spouse cheats, would you also cheat in revenge or live maturely to protect your dignity? Are some cases of cheating caused by overwhelming seduction, temptation, and influence? Can trust be fully restored after cheating had broken it? Some relationships end suddenly. Others end silently long before divorce papers arrive. And perhaps the deepest wounds in marriage are not always visible until trust disappears. Cheating is rarely caused by one issue alone. Most times, it develops through neglected problems, weakened boundaries, emotional distance, temptation, and unaddressed personal issues. But understanding the causes of infidelity is not about causing betrayal. It is about protecting marriages before damage becomes irreversible. Healthy marriages require communication, honesty, emotional connection, discipline, forgiveness, accountability, and intentional love. Because faithfulness is not sustained by feelings alone. It is sustained by commitment, character, and daily choices. I am Adesina Ayantoyinbo, and this is Sacred Tensions, where faith meets reason. Let's engage respectfully. Watch other thought-provoking episodes of Sacred Tensions, and remember to subscribe for more revealing conversations. Don't forget to comment and share. See you next time.